I love Miles Morales. He's one of the best legacy characters, and over the course of 15 years, he has gained a lot of popularity. It's gone to the point where Miles has two successful movies, an amazingly short but, still okay video game. But today, the Miles that I'm going to talk about, or rather the Miles Morales variant I'm going to be talking about, is Insomniac Miles. When Insomniac Miles was first introduced in Spider-Man 2018, it was actually pretty good. I didn't like his haircut, but overall, he was a cool character. He was nice enough. And in the DLC especially, it was cool seeing Peter talk to him about mentoring. And at the end of the game, when Peter was teaching him how to web swing, that led into the next game, which is his own game, his Miles Morales game. It was cool. And then later on, his game released. And overall, I would say Miles Morales is a great game. It has a fun atmosphere. The story is short, but, well, actually, the story isn't that good. It's pretty short, the villain kinda sucks, and it's pretty forgettable if you ask me. But other than that, the gameplay is fun, the atmosphere is fun, and especially the side quests. In my opinion, it has the best side quests out of all Insomniac Spider-Man games. And easily the best thing this game did for Miles as a character in the Insomniac universe, Earth 1048, is it made him his own Spider-Man. A massive message in this video game is about be greater, be yourself, whereas the previous video game was just be greater. And I like that message, and I like seeing how Miles struggles and still becomes his own Spider-Man over the course of the game. We see him make his own decisions, make his own costume, and do things outside of Peter or different from Peter. He's also insanely fun to play as. So when I heard there was gonna be Spider-Man 2 after it was announced, and we saw Miles was also going to be a main part of that game, naturally, as a fan of this character, I was excited. But I feel like in Spider-Man 2, they just rehashed the same arc from his previous game, except way worse. Miles Morales in Spider-Man 2 is kind of a mixed bag for me. On one hand, I do like his arc with Mr. Negative, where he chooses to not forgive Mr. Negative, but he still moves on with his life and not carrying hate for him anymore. But at the same time, I feel like Miles was kind of sidelined in this game. And it's not that he's not a part of it or that he doesn't play a huge role, but he doesn't feel like his own Spider-Man. It feels more as if he's kind of just there with Peter rather than being his own Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 is pretty much like a Peter story, I guess you could say. And it's not like I was expecting it to be a Miles story. I mean, Peter's still the main man in this universe. But Miles, I feel like they could have done or treated him better by giving him more to do. In this game, it feels like he has so many more side quests instead of main quests. He only interacts with Harry like once in the entire game or twice at the ferry. And other than that, we don't get a lot of Miles. His side characters, Haley and Genki and all of them, it's nice still seeing them, but they don't feel as important as characters like Harry, MJ, Norman, or characters that are like from Peter's sidecast. It also doesn't help that Miles, 99% of the people he fights are Peter Parker villains and not his own villains. And I know it's kind of hard to be like, you can't just add multiple Miles villains in one game. That's also more narratively driven towards Peter. But I think having maybe like Armadillo or some other unique villains and better side quests for Miles would have genuinely helped his case and make him stand out from Peter a lot more. And then in this game, they kind of rehashed the whole arc of him wanting to be his own Spider-Man from Peter, which I don't like that at all. I think the whole point of the Miles Morales game was that he was his own Spider-Man. He had his own things differently. And it's nice seeing him still be competent enough and do things on his own outside of Peter. But I feel like constantly, like at the game, this suit that he wears or puts on and where he's like, oh, this is a Miles Morales original. It doesn't work. Because if he's saying that was a Miles Morales original, what the hell was the point of Spider-Man Miles Morales? What was his suit he wore at the start of this game? It just feels so lame having him wear that costume instead of his regular costume. I'm not against changing the classic design or making a different costume for the character, but doing it in the middle of a citywide emergency pulling up with a random costume. I know some people are gonna be like, maybe this costume, it's a Adidas sponsorship, who cares? But I wouldn't hate this costume as much as I do if it was like separate, like if it was just an alternate costume. Granted, I probably wouldn't wear it, but if it was its own thing, I would have liked it a lot more. And to help the case, at the end of Spider-Man 2, they announced that, Peter says he's gonna take a break, even though we know he's gonna come back in Spider-Man 3. So it leaves Miles with the city, and he's kind of like the main Spider-Man now. But I don't want to have this Sam Wilson situation where we have Miles as main Spider-Man for a while and then bam, they're gonna bring Peter Parker back right away. I don't want Peter to quit. I don't want him to retire. I didn't really like the way Peter was handled in Spider-Man 2 and how nerfed and incompetent he was compared to the previous game. But I still think they should make a game for Miles, not a separate game, but like he should be his own character. He doesn't feel as different from Peter, despite that he is. And the lack of villains doesn't help. His side quests felt more like side quests than like main activity story that actually made the story advance. The main deal that he's searching for in this video game is kind of he's searching for his father's killer, which is Mr. Negative. And I don't know, I feel like they just mishandled him in this video game. I do hope that for Spider-Man 3, whenever it comes out or when it gets announced, that we do get to see some more of Miles, his sidecast, maybe some different villains just for him. Especially because they now have the chance to do that because they killed off a lot of Peter, his old rogues gallery in Spider-Man 2. But I just want them to treat Miles with more respect, and not that they haven't treated him with respect, but I feel like he gets sidelined when he should be a mainstay. Matter of fact, he should probably be even more important than Peter because he's the new Spider-Man, and he has a lot of. In the post-credit scene for Spider-Man 2, at least one of them, we see Miles, he has like a stepsister, or he meets Cindy Moon, which if you guys don't know, she's Silk in the comic books, and I don't like that. I think if they couldn't really handle 2 Spider-Men that well, I don't know how they're gonna handle 3. So I feel like it was just kind of useless. I don't want them to adapt Silk or Cindy Moon at all. I just want them to focus on 2 Spider-Men, have their stories be separate, but still connect, and have them fight a villain that which they both have a stake in. Because in Miles Morales, or in Spider-Man 2, when Miles was fighting villains, they felt all more related to Peter. They felt like Peter villains instead of his own. I want them to give him his own villains, better side quests, and I want them to do his character justice. Oh, and also get rid of that stupid haircut. Overall, I think Insomniac Miles still has he still has a lot of potential to be a great Spider-Man variant, but he's held back by the fact that he's just known as the other Spider-Man instead of his own Spider-Man, and I'm afraid that's what he's going to be known for probably like the entire time, unless they do him better in Spider-Man 3. That's all I have for today. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all for taking time out of your day to hear me yap about Miles. And yeah, peace.
Thank you a million. Oh, maybe you should call yourself the Great Electric Spider.